guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be all about my winter skincare routine. I'm going to cover the cleansers that I use, the moisturizers that I use, and even some body products that I've been loving that really help to keep my skin hydrated and just feeling not all like dry and crackly and gross that we tend to feel during the winter time. Now, a lot of you already know that my skin is very oily. So this is going to be definitely geared more toward those of you that are oily, at least the facial portions of it. So if you're interested in hearing about my winter skincare routine, then please keep on watching. Skincare, facial cleansers for me, once again, very oily. However, I have noticed that in the last 4 to 5 years or so, maybe even less time than that, I can't use the oily skin cleansers that I used to be able to use. Cleansers can be so drying, especially the ones that are geared towards oily skin. I've also tried glycolic cleansers before to help slough off the dead skin and keep my pores clear, but I find that in the wintertime, those can be a little bit too harsh. I need really gentle exfoliation in the wintertime because although my skin's oily, it's very easily dehydrated. So I'll notice that if I use those types of cleansers meant for an oily skin that'll say shine free or whatever their keywords are, a lot of times I'll use those cleansers and my skin will feel so tight afterwards and dehydrated. So I'm going to show you the 2 cleansers that I use in the wintertime. So I'm really not the type of person to spend a lot of money on a facial cleanser. I would rather put my money into a really good serum, moisturizer, mask, peel. You know, cleansers are on your face for such a short amount of time, and the active ingredients are pretty similar in your high end to your lower price cleansers. And that's just my opinion, but I just, as I said, would rather put the money towards something else versus a cleanser. So you're gonna notice the cleansers I use aren't really pricey. I had been using the Murad exfoliating cleanser in the summertime, and I did like it, and it is a little pricey, but it lasted me quite a while, and I just really felt like it was helping to improve the texture of my skin. So in the winter time, that kind of exfoliation is just a little bit too much for me. I like to just keep my exfoliating to what I'm going to show you in a little bit, which is a mask. So in the morning, my routine is pretty simple. When I'm in the shower, I wash my face with this Biore baking soda pore cleanser. It's just a pretty basic cleanser. It doesn't have any salicylic acid or anything like that. You know, in the mornings, all I'm trying to do is get rid of that sort of oily residue that I have on my skin from just the oils that naturally come through during the night or from the serum I've had on the night before, whatever it is, just to kind of get that little film, I guess, for lack of a better word, off of my face. This is what I use. And then I moisturize using this Estee Lauder Day Wear Advanced Multi-Protection Antioxidant Cream, SPF 15. I've shown this in quite a few videos already. You guys are probably tired of seeing it, but I love it. I've been using it for, I bought it I think November, December, January, so just a couple months now. Still absolutely loving it. It keeps my skin nice and soft, and I also feel like it's improved the texture of my skin. It doesn't claim to be a retexturizing moisturizer. I've just noticed that benefit. My skin, just the texture seems much better since I've been using this. And I do not use the oil-free version. Sephora does have an oil-free version, but I didn't know when I started using this that it existed. So when I went to go buy the full size, because I had been using a sample, I saw there was an oil-free, but I just stuck with what I knew was working. It didn't break me out and didn't make me any extra greasy, so I'm sticking with the non-oil-free version. So my morning eye cream, if I actually remember to use it, is the MAC Mineralized Charge Water Moisture Eye Cream. It's pretty basic. It doesn't claim to help with fine lines or puffiness. I really should look for one that does make those claims. So if anybody wants to recommend a good daytime eye cream, one for puffiness or fine lines, or just your favorite eye cream, I would love to hear what your favorite is. I just picked this up when I was at the MAC store a couple months ago, just because I hadn't been using anything and I needed something. I needed something that had pretty good reviews, that would be hydrating, and that was a reasonable price point. So that's really it for the mornings. I cleanse, I moisturize, I put on my eye cream, and then I start with my makeup application. Okay, so my nighttime routine might seem a little bit strange to some of you because what I do is I alternate what I use every other night. So let's start with, say it's a Monday and I've worn makeup all day and I'm getting ready for bed. I will just take a makeup wipe. Currently, I am using the CVS brand nighttime makeup removing wipes. I will just take one of these and I will just wipe everything off. And that will be my cleansing for the evening. If it doesn't take off all my eye makeup, then I will reach for an eye makeup remover. Now, I've been singing the praises of the Sonia Kashuk remover for years, but I go through like one bottle every 3 weeks. And it's not that it's super expensive. It's like $10, $10 or $11. But ever since I discovered this Garnier Micellar water, I've pretty much given up on the Sonia Kashuk because this kills two birds with one stone. It takes off all my eye makeup just as well as this one did, the Sonia Kashuk. And the bonus is that I can just grab another cotton ball and also swipe it all over my face to make sure there are no traces of makeup left on my skin. And you get a lot more for the same $10-ish, a lot more. So that's one way I cleanse my skin at night. Now, the next day, if I've done that, say on a Monday, then on Tuesday, I will still use a makeup wipe, but then I will follow it up with this PCA Skin Creamy Cleanser. Now, you guys are probably thinking, why do you do this? And I'll explain in a minute. First, let me tell you about the cleanser. PCA Skin was developed with an esthetician and a dermatologist. It was thought of by the esthetician and then the dermatologist helped to create it. It has been around for about 25 years. You will mostly find it at estheticians' offices. I discovered it because I had been really struggling to find a cleanser that wouldn't dry out my skin too much. I am in such a weird state right now that I kind of alluded to in the beginning where my skin is still oily, but it gets dry so easily. It doesn't get flaky or anything, luckily, but I notice if I use these oil controlling cleansers or anything geared toward an oily skin, even that baking soda one that I showed you, my skin just feels tight and dehydrated. So I was looking for a creamy cleanser that wouldn't make me too much more oily, wouldn't clog my pores, break me out. So I did a lot of research online and I discovered this brand. You can get it on Derm Store. You can get it directly from the PCA Skin website. It's very no frills. It's $31, so it's not cheap, but it's not crazy expensive. It is just a basic creamy cleanser. It has some nourishing ingredients. So it's not oil-free. So if you are maybe younger, because when I was younger, I couldn't use anything that was not oil-free. I would break out like, it was awful. But I've been using this for about 2 months now, every other night with no issues. The reason why I don't use it on its own is because I don't feel like it removes makeup that well. So I will use the wipe first and then go use this and it just gets off any extra leftover makeup. This just leaves my skin really comfortable. It feels clean, but it doesn't feel tight and it doesn't feel heavy like I'm gonna wake up with 3 huge new cystic zits in the morning. And this works really, really nicely with the Vanity Planet spin brush or if you use a Clarisonic, whatever you're using to manually exfoliate, if you are using that type of facial brush, this works wonderfully with it because it's really gentle. So that was my cleansing routine. Now I'll move on to showing you what I alternate after I cleanse my skin. So some nights I reach for this Clear Days Ahead from Philosophy. It is a overnight repair salicylic acid treatment pad. I will use these a lot more around that time of the month when I get a lot of hormonal breakouts. So I'll just take one of these pads and I will pretty much stick to just my T-zone area, but I will concentrate along that jawline where I tend to break out once a month. Now, what I find that this does is it just really gets deep down underneath the skin. That salicylic acid helps to clean out the pores and it helps to stop any breakouts from forming. I can't use this every night because my skin will be too dried out. So I'll use these maybe 3 to 4 nights a week. So on the days that I don't use the Clear Days Ahead pads, I reach for my Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. I have been using this product off and on for so many years. This product has been around forever. They've reformulated it throughout the years, just tweaked it a little bit with advancements in the skincare technologies, but it is something that I actually see really good results with. So when I turned 35 or so, it clicked in me that I need to start using some anti-aging products. Up until then, I really hadn't used anything anti-aging. I was still battling so many breakouts. Like, that's all I cared about, was just to stop breaking out. I didn't really care about using an eye cream or a serum or anything like that. Even though I was in the cosmetics industry and I would get sent all these amazing serums, I really never used them. I would just pass them off to my mom or my sister. So I began using this several years ago when I was given one as gratis from one of the department stores I worked for. And I noticed after about a week or two of using it, the first week or so I was kind of indifferent to it. I thought, I'm not really sure this is doing anything. But then after a couple weeks, I noticed that I would wake up in the morning and my skin just looked brighter. It looked like it was less oily, so it was kind of balancing out my skin. My pores looked smaller, the texture was improved, and I woke up just looking in the mirror thinking my skin looked pretty darn good. You know, some mornings you wake up and you just look in the mirror and you go, God, I need something for this face, this skin. And with this, I would wake up and I'd be pretty happy with the way my skin looked. So not only does it help prevent signs of aging, but it also helps with dehydration, and it also helps with the fine lines and large pores that are already there. It comes in 3 different sizes. This is the 1.7 ounce and it retails for, I think, $95. I just use a couple of drops onto my fingertips. You can see I'm almost out. I need to get a new one. But one of these lasts me about 6 to 8 months with every other night use. I believe you can also find samples of it on eBay easily because so many people get little sample sizes of it in their GWPs. So pretty easy to find a sample if you just want to try it. So the mask I've been using this winter is this one I was sent by Dollface. It is the Peel Away Perfecting Mask. And what intrigued me about this was, number one, that it was a peel-off mask, and I never used one of those before. 2, that it claimed to help refine the look of pores, get rid of all the debris. It also would slough off the dead skin cells and still leave the skin moisturized. So all those 3 things really interested me. I wasn't sure how to apply it. It does say, because it's a clear gel, so I did what it said. I applied a thin layer, and I thought, this kind of feels weird. This is like kind of sticky and weird. So I spread it out as much as I could, and then you're supposed to let it dry for 5 to 10 minutes. And once it started drying, then it felt more, believe it or not, more comfortable on the skin, because first it was just kind of sticky and weird. And then once it dried, you could tell that it gives you a very bizarre, glazed wax figure mask. But hey, who cares what it looks like if it works, right? So after about 10 minutes, I could not find how to peel this thing off. Like, I was looking for the end. As I said, I'd never done a peel off mask before. I'd always done one that just rinsed off. So I'm trying to find an area, I'm like rolling it where I could start peeling. And finally I did. And I gotta say, it was kind of fun. I really liked lifting off the sheets, and my skin wasn't red or irritated or anything. It did not hurt at all. I mean, it did take a while to peel the whole thing off, but it's just probably user error with that because I was just not used to it. So once I got everything off, my skin felt like a baby's bottom. It felt so smooth. My pores did look really refined. My skin felt exfoliated, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to do a harsh exfoliation with like anything like that, like a granule, or I've kind of set aside I still use the Vanity Planet brush, but I don't use it as often. I just really liked this mask as an exfoliator. It doesn't have any type of smell. And I will leave, it's reasonably priced, and like I always do, I will leave all the information, links, and prices in the description. So finally, I want to show you some of the body products that I've been using this winter. Like most of you, in the wintertime, my body skin gets as dry as the Sahara. So I need some heavy duty moisturizing on my body. So that starts in the shower. I'm currently using the Nivea Moisturizing Body Wash Care and Hibiscus with almond oil and hibiscus scent. I find it very, very moisturizing. I do love it. I'm just not 100% sold on the scent. I think I smelled it in the store, and then when I got it home and used it in the shower, I was like, I don't know if I like the smell so much. It's not horrible, but it's not my favorite. But It has Nivea's exclusive Hydra IQ skin technology to give your skin intense, long-lasting moisturization with no greasy feel. So when I'm in the shower, I just put it on one of those little poof things and lather up my whole body, and my skin just feels really soft and hydrated. So now my favorite body cream currently is one that I was lucky enough to have received directly from the company to review, is the Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. I had heard so many other YouTubers talk about this, rave about it, and I've seen all the reviews online. So when I was given the opportunity to be sent one to review, I was so excited. And I love yummy scented products. And this one to me smells so good. If you don't like vanilla-y, cakey scents, then this is not gonna be for you. I personally love it. It has something in it called guarana, if I'm pronouncing it right, which has 5 times more caffeine than coffee. And caffeine, when used in body products, can firm and tighten and improve circulation. It also has coconut oil in it, so it soothes and softens, but it doesn't leave your skin greasy. Your skin just feels so hydrated and comfortable and smells delicious. So there you have it. Those are all the products that I'm currently using to help combat dry winter skin on my body and help to balance out what's going on with my face, dehydration, oiliness, pores, all that fun stuff. What I use to exfoliate, what I use to moisturize, what I use to hydrate, all of that was covered. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about anything, as always, just let me know. You can email me, you can leave me a comment. I try to answer everybody. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. You can also follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All of those are Risa Does Makeup, and I'll see you guys in my next video.